Hello the Reds, it's me, Kev Walsh and Lizzi Doyle here with you on your lovely Friday morning. We're coming live to you from Cup of Coffee down at Avenue HQ, so if there's any coffee noises in the background or customers flitting in the bike, don't worry about them, they all love the Reds just as much as you and I do. Loads of stuff going on obviously at the moment. We just had Jurgen's press conferences, we had the two UEFA Cup games yesterday, Arsenal and Chelsea both getting through. What would you reckon for Baku for a final, Liz? Would you fancy
Tell you what, I wouldn't be getting on a bus to Baku if you paid me. No way.
I'd go on a bus.
Not to Baku.
Nah, you're joking. I wouldn't get the bus to town, yeah.
Wouldn't even get on the 82. No, I mean, Baku's mad. Do you know what? Like, there's a lot of talk about the Europa League final and the Europa League in general, but I think when you get there, it's a boss occasion. Like, how good of a time did we have in Ball? Like, we didn't win, but I think to go to these mad places, to play these mad teams, the only thing that's a bit disappointing for Arsenal and Chelsea, as well as Liverpool and Tottenham, is that it's all English teams. Like, surely you want to be playing Valencia in the final if you're Arsenal, you want to be playing Frankfurt, you don't want to be playing Chelsea in Baku.
You think we've got it bad though? We're playing Tottenham, obviously in Madrid, but they've literally, there's only about 10 miles between them in London, do you know what I mean? They're travelling 3,000 miles.
Should go and play it in West Ham's grounds.
They probably still wouldn't fill it over there. But on the subject of that though, the ticket details have been announced this morning. 68,000 seats in stadium they've got over in Baku, and they've got 6,000 tickets.
Disgusting.
Absolute joke.
Disgusting.
Our allocation for Madrid is rubbish enough. 16,000 out of that stadium.
You'd expect that though. We already know now that the allocations are around that with the Champions League final.
But for less than 10% of the fans, well, 20% of the stadium overall, but less than 10% for each team, it just seems like a disgrace. And the other thing is, who are these football luminaries that want to go to Baku? Do you know what I mean? I could understand if it was in Paris or Amsterdam or London, somewhere quite glamorous. Baku, it's further east than Baghdad.
It's insane. I couldn't believe it when I read it. So 68,000, so that's 56,000 to go to UEFA officials and neutrals, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's ridiculous. Listen, I know a lot of lads had the hopes. Not the hopes we want to be in the Champions League, but I know a lot of lads in the office wanted to get a bus to Baku if we were in the Europa League. Just go and do it, there's loads of tickets. Go and do it anyway, you'll have a lovely time. Just pick your team, it's clearly going to be Arsenal. And just, go and have a good time in Baku.
Well, good luck to the Cockneys getting all the way over there. On to the more pressing matters. Jurgen's had his press conference today and he's been talking about the miracle that's been football this week. Saying one of the quotes me and Lizzie both liked was the big clubs in England want to stay in Europe with all they have. The rest of England doesn't really want that. Well, I'm not sure you're right there, Jurgen. I think most of England probably does want to stay in Europe now. And there's just a few lunatics who take Nigel Farage's on their side who fancy paying premiums for their XL service. But Lizzie, what a week football's been. It gives full hope of another miracle this weekend, doesn't it?
I actually can't get my head down this week. Our game still feels like a dream. I still keep watching it back over and over and over again to make sense of what actually happened. But even, not the biggest Spurs fan, I don't think any of us are, but I think you've got to congratulate them for that comeback. And I think even that was mad. And for Lucas Moura to get a hat-trick in the way that he did, that was a boss game of footy. I absolutely love watching a game when it goes to extra time and pens. And I honestly thought that Frankfurt would get through, but
I fancied Frankfurt.
When the blonde lad stepped up and missed his pen, I knew it. I just knew Chelsea were going to be through. It's been an unbelievable week of football, and I tell you what, we can round it off bloody nicely on Sunday.
I think we're all in the same boat here. I think a lot of people are more hope than expectation, but I've been thinking to myself, this week, if you're a Man City player, you think, all right, we haven't got the Champions League, we've still got the FA Cup to go for, but the league's ours, it's wrapped up.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday night happens, and you just think, this Liverpool team have got something about them where mad things happen around them. Now, obviously, we're not involved in their game down at Brighton, but if I was a Man City player, a bit of me would be thinking, wouldn't it just be like Liverpool for us to draw and them to win and to take the league off? And I think that's the little spark, the little added extra that we needed in their game, so it's not just a stroll in the park. Listen, it might still be, it might be 5-0, that's not beyond the realms of fancy. No. But deep down, inside everyone in Man City players, I think, they're thinking, wouldn't it just be like Liverpool to win the league on the last day in the most dramatic way possible?
Oh God, my head keeps going. Like it's doing it on live on shows, because it's when you start putting it into words. It would be just like Liverpool, but you know what? It's not deserved. We'd be finishing the league on 97 points, haven't been beaten once. That's not fluke, that's not luck, that's purely well deserved. And I heard a quote basically, and it stuck with me, that no matter what happens on Sunday, whoever wins, this league is not lost. This league is not lost by anybody. And you could say if Man City, you know, fluff it on the last day, they draw against Brighton, they lose against Brighton, they've lost the league. Technically they have, but not one of those. Us or City cannot lose this league. It's only one, because it's a tremendous achievement by both sides to be at the level that we've been at and consistent over, you know, since August. It's going to be amazing to see what happens. The Liverpool fan in me, the Anfield lover, the little 2% that went into that Barca, the dreamer. I went into that Barca game, and I'm not gonna lie, I was just a bit like, oh, let's just see what happens.
Flat.
But there's a difference when I'm going, let's just see what happens. I think if I wasn't a Liverpool fan, I'd just be like, oh, I'm just gonna go and watch Lionel Messi at Barcelona.
Yeah.
But instead, my mindset was 5% out of 95 of let's see, because. And then I had this nagging thought of, we get a goal in the first 10, 15, it comes in 7. And even then, I'm just like, I celebrated, and it's, you know, and then the impossible, the impossible happens. And do you know what was really good? I was listening to the Friday show last night, and they were talking about mentality. And Steve Graves had it spot on. Jurgen Klopp is going to be watching, knowing Man City's game like a hawk, and believe me, Guardiola's going to be watching them like a hawk.
Yeah, of course.
If Liverpool score first in the first 10-15 minutes, we are top of the league. And if they get to 30 minutes, 45, and it's still 0-0, but we're 3 points, we are top of the league. They've got 45 minutes to go back on top of the league, and all of a sudden that pressure is on. And I think that's going to be really interesting to see the scoreboard mentality. And now, listen, City have scored in the first 10 minutes so often. We've seen it.
But you know what, though? In the last few games, they haven't been doing that, have they? So the last few games, you've had the Leicester game the other day, obviously they got to 60 minutes, was it, before or 70 minutes, I think, maybe?
Yeah.
And the centre-half, who hasn't played half the games this season.
He's never took a shot from that range before in his life.
Smashes one in the top corner from 30 yards, do you know what I mean?
But that was out of desperation, by the way.
Well,
he wouldn't be taking that shot otherwise.
Imagine the desperation they'll be feeling Sunday afternoon. We're 4-0 up at home, they know that, and they're still 0-0, or even better. Imagine if they went 1-0 down. And as we discussed it before, when we went down to Brighton this season, me and Lizzi stood next to each other. Not for long, admittedly.
About 10 minutes before he went for a bevy.
To be honest, I'll fully admit I'd taken refreshment by this point, so I didn't quite make it back up after half time, watched the rest on the telly. But Brighton held us, and they've done a good job holding Arsenal the other week. They've had a couple of results recently. Now, they've been poor this season.
They are rubbish.
But if you want to pick a time for them to come back into some semblance of form, it'd be now, and that's a perfect time for Liverpool.
It is, and I spoke to the Brighton fan, Alan Wares, on the Friday show as well, and he's so if he's giving me false hope or good hope, he's telling me that Brighton are going to be going for this. And do you know what? I have no reason to think that they're not going to. It's their last home game of the season, but what they also have is an incentive to finish above Southampton. Yeah. Now listen, I know Southampton have got Huddersfield, so you can potentially write that off, but then Huddersfield have got their last game in the Premiership. They might want to go out with a bang, they might make it difficult for Southampton, and that one place can mean a lot for the fans and for Chris Hughton.
Professional pride as well. As much as
you've got to play for pride.
Turn it off. If they turn it off against Man City, the problem is Man City steamroll you, and you get beat 6, 7 and 8, and it's an embarrassment. And you don't want to be going into your summer holidays thinking that was it really was a genuine embarrassment. When you can go in thinking, oh my God, we played our part in the league title. Now listen, I'm not expecting them to be thinking, oh, I really want to win the league for Liverpool.
No, it's for themselves, and it's for their history though, and it's like Brighton know they're never going to come close to winning a Premier League. So they've they've just been it's been confirmed that they're safe. So it's another celebration, by the way. What a way to go out on a bang to confirm that you're safe again for next year. But the way that they can play a part in a Premier League title, it goes down in their history. If Glenn Murray's 35-yard screer stops a Premier League title being won.
Oh, you get me excited now, Lizzie.
Come on, Glenn. Man City, who are being talked about as the best Premier League side of all time, by the way,
and rightly so.
And rightly so. It's okay. It's up for discussion, but I think it's absolutely valid. They'll be made up because to know that it's David versus Goliath, isn't it? Everyone loves an underdog. Everybody loves an underdog. And by the way, Wolves are not going to be any fools either, because don't forget that Wolves, they've cemented 7th. If City win the FA Cup, which we think they will, they've got Europe. But Wolves will be there to make a statement, believe you me, on Sunday, which is we finished the best of the rest. We're probably better than Man United at the minute, and if we can come and get a result against Liverpool, we're showing that we can mix among you. But you know what? Bring it on, because I think we're the better team, and I think we've got a league title to win on Sunday.
Oh, that doesn't get you haste. I don't know what will. We've probably run out of time a little bit there. Sorry, I haven't talked about our own updates from Jurgen Klopp. He said no Bobby for Sunday, but Mo's back in. So listen, I think that's a major surprise that Bobby's not going to play. It looked like
they've got a Origi hat-trick anyway, so don't worry about it.
Well, would he even go on place anyway? Big Divvy's in there, and he Salah to come back in and do the business for us, and then obviously we've got a league title party to have till the beginning of June. What says you?
Yeah, I was going to say the beginning of June sounds good to me. If we have a parade, I still don't think I expect to see you anywhere in that parade if we win the league.
Where do you expect me to be?
Somewhere on a different planet with a lot of super box.
I'll be riding one of them big massive lions outside St George Door if we win the league, and you'll know which one I am because I have my undies on my head. So that's enough for us on the league winning. We
had a meeting today. Sorry, I have to throw this in.
I don't know why this.
The Anfield Jap is a proper functioning, working company, but when it comes to football, it gets a little bit silly. And the final instruction from our meeting for the next week from Neil Atkinson, our CEO, our boss, our main man, was, can we all make sure we all have keks on by 11:30 on Wednesday morning?
If you've got your keks on by 11:30 on Wednesday morning, you're busy. No keks till Baku, mate, I'm telling you. No keks here, I'm not having.
And he says, and by that I don't mean on your head either, they need to be on. So all we took for our big strategic meeting about winning the league, and what we're going to do is keks by 11:30 on the ale and keks by 11:30. So I don't know why you don't think we're professional.
What a company. And on that, just that, if you'd agree with what a company, the Anfield wrapping up for the British Podcast Awards. I know we've been plugging it a lot, but all the votes can make a difference. We finished second twice in a row now, only beaten by the BBC. Who are they? So let's get all your votes in if you can for us, and on that, well done to the Redmen TV for winning a couple of awards here as well. We've got also limited tickets left for the end of season party tomorrow night, which is going to be an absolutely wild one.
Come and have a bevy.
Take your pants off, swing them round your head, swing them round someone else's head.
It's not till 11, they need to be back on, so feel free to have them off all
Wednesday.
Night.
So yeah, so you'll be absolutely fine. So yeah, there's loads there going on, loads more shows out today, loads over the weekend. We're going to win the league this weekend, Reds. I can feel it in my bones. Come on, Big Glenn Murray.
Come on, Reds.